Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Echo45 Advisors Market and Economic Update. Moody's, one of the three main credit rating agencies, recently downgraded the U.S. credit rating, marking the official end to America's top-tier credit status. This follows similar actions by Fitch in 2023 and Standard & Poor's back in 2011. This decision reflects growing concerns about America's fiscal trajectory as the national debt continues to expand. The timing is particularly notable as Congress debates a new budget bill that could potentially increase annual deficits, highlighting the tension between revenue constraints and government spending. Over the next few minutes, we'll discuss this fiscal uncertainty and what it could mean for investors. First, as this chart shows, the federal debt has been rising over the past decade relative to GDP. It's relevant to compare debt with GDP because what matters is whether the economy can support the current level of debt. Throughout history, budget negotiations in Washington have created periods of market uncertainty. As citizens, it's natural to be concerned about our nation's fiscal path, with growing deficits and limited solutions in sight. However, when it comes to your investments, perspective matters. Over the past 15 years, we've seen multiple fiscal standoffs create volatility. From the 2011 Standard & Poor's downgrade to government shutdowns in 2018 and 2019. Yet in each case, markets eventually stabilized and recovered. Rather than reacting to Washington headlines, history suggests maintaining a disciplined approach focused on the long term is the best way to achieve financial goals. Next, it's likely that key provisions from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act will be extended with the tax bill currently working its way through Congress. The current proposal aims to provide economic stability by preventing a potential tax cliff where rates would suddenly revert to higher levels from before the TCJA was enacted. For individuals, the proposal would make the 37% top tax rate permanent, increase the child tax credit to $2,500 through 2028, and potentially raise the controversial SALT deduction cap from $10,000 to $30,000. Businesses would benefit from an increased pass-through deduction rising from 20% to 23%, reinstated 100% bonus depreciation for qualified assets, and restored research and development tax deductions. Please keep in mind that all of this is subject to change as this bill makes its way through the House and the Senate. Finally, this chart shows that despite efforts to control government spending, federal budget deficits continue to add to the national debt. The latest budget proposal includes approximately $1.6 trillion in spending cuts through changes to social programs, but these cuts are outweighed by tax reductions and increased spending elsewhere. The current proposed bill is estimated to add another $3 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. This comes as our current debt already exceeds $36 trillion, equivalent to approximately $106,000 for every American. While the downgraded U.S. credit rating reflects legitimate concerns about our long-term fiscal health, history suggests that the most prudent approach for investors is to stay invested and maintain a disciplined, long-term financial strategy. We hope you found these insights helpful. If you would like to discuss the tax bill, national debt, or your personal financial plans in more detail, please don't hesitate to reach out. We look forward to speaking with you.